Hey people, alright, I'm going to show you how to do a Continental stitch, Continental cross stitch for needlepoint. The first thing you need to do is take your needle and put this little piece of thread. You don't need to see my mouth for this, but put that little piece of thread in your mouth, get it wet, squeeze it down between your fingers to flatten it, and yeah, it's not working good. Try to get it to feed through the little hole. If you're a guy, you know what this is like, trying to get that through the hole. So feed that through the hole of your needle. And alright, we've got, where's the video? We got the needle is now threaded. Let me back off the zoom a little bit so you can see what's going on. So there's the piece of thread. There's the piece of thread. And needle is threaded. It's like about a 1-inch piece hanging low over there. You don't need to tie it. You can put a knot on there, but then it's very difficult to put it through the canvas. Okay, so you just want to hold the needle now, let the piece of string dangle, and let's go over to the canvas now. Let's zoom in on this canvas so you can see how to do this. It's pretty easy to do once you do it a couple times. Now, what I like to do, I mean, everybody's got their own way of doing it. Some people, whoa, where are we? Some people like to go from the top, some like to go from the bottom, some people like to be on the top or the bottom. All right, so let's just, I'm trying to get that so it shows in the video, and it doesn't want to show in the video when I'm zoomed in. All right, so the whole goal is you want to be stitching on an angle. That's the main thing you want to do. So, I'm going to zoom in right now. I'm going to zoom in, and then we're going to do this. Whoa, zoomed in too much. Okay. You see, where is that? All right, there we are. So you can see that I am pulling my thread all the way through. But you want to leave a little bit on the back. You want to leave just a little bit on the back. That's going to be, you don't put knots on the back of the canvas. You stitch over a little piece to hold it down. So you'll stitch over this to hold it down in place. So what I've done is I've got my first piece. Where is it? I'm zoomed in really far so you can see this. My first piece of yarn of stitching is, okay, this is not showing up well. Sorry about that. We'll get it. We'll get it. There we are. First piece has gone up through a hole. Now I want to go into the one up to the right, one over to the right, and one up to the right. You can see this piece of yarn is coming up. I want to go one over to the right and one up to the right. It's diagonal. So I go one up, one over, and I push the needle through the hole. And this, it gets really tricky because as you do this, you can see the yarn now is starting to bundle up. It will knot up on the top of the bottom if you are not very careful. Okay, I've pulled it all the way through, and you can see that's the first stitch. You don't want to pull too tight. You don't want to pull too tight, but you do want it to not have slack in there. Okay, so now we're going to complete this stitch. What you do is you go one over, remember where the needle went up? Well, we're just going to go one over to the right of that and push the needle back up again into the next hole. So you're going, my finger's in the way. I'm trying to make this video. Okay, is it showing? I think it's going to show when the video is playing. Okay, so I go up one space to the right, and I pull the thread through. Make sure it doesn't knot in the back or bundle. And now I'm going to be going diagonally across again. So that's one up and one over. This is the whole idea of needlepoint. You just keep making diagonal stitches. Okay, we've got 2 stitches now. So you can see what I've done is I've gone lower left, one up and over to the right. Next to the right of the first one, and up. Bottom and up, bottom and up. So let me zoom in on that. Can you see that? You should be able to see that. That's really what this whole needlepoint stitching thing is all about. Everybody's got their own technique, but it's pretty much the same. There's different stitches you can do. One over. Make sure it doesn't knot in the back. And then diagonally over, one up and one to the right. And that is your, I don't want to get this caught and knotted. That's your Continental, your basic needlepoint stitch. When you get to the end, have I been doing this? I probably haven't been doing this. Oh yeah, I guess I have. Okay, I've been stitching over that piece. Let's see, does it show? I've been stitching over that little piece. That will hold that piece of thread down so it won't come loose while you're working on your project. And you know, you don't have to have it that long. You can cut it, but it's very easy to sew over this thing. You go, again, let's zoom in on this thing so you can see it. I want it to be very understandable. You're going to go from one to the next, so it's all diagonal. Come up from the bottom through here and down through here, and then up and down. And, okay, comes up, goes down. Comes up, goes down. So let's do one more of those. If I can get this back in the video. It's kind of difficult to zoom in really close when you're doing this by yourself. One, okay, I'm going up again, and then pulling it through, and then going down into that open hole. Now, some people, a lot of videos like to say, because they don't think that you're intelligent, and they're worried that you only know how to go from left to right, left to right. Others will say you're really going right to left. That's crap. You're going from left to right, left to right, left to right. So when you get over to the end of your line, some people will say you've got to turn the canvas around so you can keep stitching. No, you don't. You just go over. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to continue on the next line. You can go. I'm going to continue and add a new line over here. I'm going to go up to make a new line, and then down. You can see what I'm doing. It's the exact same process. You're just going diagonal. It's all diagonal stitching. And I'm trying to pull it through without knotting. So that's the whole idea of needlepoint. I've just done 4 stitches on the top, and then I did 1 on the bottom. You don't have to turn the canvas around. You can do what you want to do. You can go, you don't even have to stop over here. If you've got a stitch you want to do over here, go up over here, pull your material through, and then go down diagonally. It's very easy to needlepoint and to make something. See? Diagonal stitch. You don't have to turn the canvas around. You don't have to do anything but sew. You go up one hole and go down the one over and above. It's all diagonal. It is all diagonal from left to right, left to right. You can even do it from right to left. Let's go. I'm going to do one of those right now, just so you can see. I'm going to go up from the bottom. I'm going to go up from the bottom. Where is this? I'm going to go up from the bottom. Pull this through. And then down diagonally. That's all you do for needlepoint. That's another stitch. You can go, I'll do one more. In fact, I'll go one above, so you can see that I'm going to go one above what I just did. As long as you keep going diagonal, you're good. Okay, I went above. Then I'm going to go down through the one that's got already a piece of yarn in it. And those are two connecting stitches right now. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. The pattern's very easy. As long as you keep following your diagonal, you're fine. This is the back of something I'm working on. You can see there's the threads that are being held underneath. There's a thread that's hanging loose that I'm going to have to stitch down. And it's all diagonal stitching. So hopefully that helped you. This is how you do the cross stitch, the Continental stitch, for needlepoint.